So I had an interesting chat today. I was kind of following a conversation and then kind of interjected and had a little bit of back and forth with someone who is a professional YouTuber, let's just say. That's how they make their living, or at least they became very big on YouTube, and that kind of launched other things for them, and now they've gone on, and it's caused them to have a career. What I found was interesting is I've often kind of daydreamed about becoming a professional YouTuber. I wish in the past I've said I wish I could, but I've learned that that's not going to be a reality, and that's okay. That's cool. I still love doing YouTube, and I have a lot of fun doing it, and we'll continue to do it. It's not about money. I make a little bit of money. In the past, I made more than I make now. It goes up and down. It's often you're kind of if you're just depending on Google AdSense revenue, you really are at the whim of the Google algorithms. So some months for whatever reason, Google pushes your videos and you get a lot of hits, and other months not so much. And then it also depends on how much you put into it. If you put a lot of work, and your viewership changes and things change and blah 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 blah. But for example, I remember at one point I had this is several years ago, but I had my first viral. Well, I've really only had one viral video, and by several years ago, by the standards of several years ago on YouTube, it was a real big deal. Got like 4 million hits. But by today's standards, it's just a drop in the bucket compared to what viral videos do. But yeah, I had a few months where I had some big paychecks. I mean, not enough to live on or anything like that, but good. And what happened was I was making a certain income from that video every day. It was coming in, and it was great. I was very happy. Great spending money for me. And then boom, one day it just literally the taps got turned off completely. Like, it went from whatever it was to nothing, just literally overnight. I was looking at my AdSense stats, and it was gone, and it just flatlined. And then the next day, nothing. The next day, nothing. The next day, nothing. And I contacted some other YouTubers at the time with some big videos, and apparently the same thing happened to them. And what had happened was Google had changed an algorithm, and all of a sudden our viral videos just simply disappeared. They were gone. No one was watching them anymore, and so we weren't making any money. So I realized in 2014 a lot of big YouTubers, how they make their money. What once was the Google AdSense was their main source of revenue. That's now actually just a small part of the revenue. A lot of them get sponsorship deals with companies, endorsements with companies. They do advertisements. They work with companies. But what happens when you start doing that? You're working with companies. You're signing contracts with companies to do this and that. All of a sudden, they kind of take control over what you can do, what you can say. And if maybe your channel is all about dick and fart jokes, and maybe a company doesn't want you to make dick and fart jokes anymore, well, you gotta stop making dick and fart jokes, or they won't pay you. So you get censored, and then if you want to make dick and fart jokes on your Facebook page or on your Twitter feed, the company might say, "Hey, you got to stop that if you want if you want to continue working for us. That's got to end." And then you can't do what you normally used to do on your Facebook page or your Twitter feed, and all of a sudden you're not the boss anymore. And what once upon a time you wanted to do in order to be in control, you want to be the captain of your own ship, in charge of your own destiny. You're a YouTuber. This is your product. This is what you do. You're the guy. You're the gal. All of a sudden you're not calling the shots anymore. And once upon a time, maybe you thought, this is really great because I don't have to be the man. I don't have to work for the man. Now all of a sudden you're working for the man again, just in a different way. I'm sure that doesn't happen with everybody, but it happens with some people. And when I kind of sat back this afternoon and thought about that, I said to myself, in a way, I'm glad I'm not a professional YouTuber. I gotta admit, part of me is still damn envious and would like to be. But I think in a way I'd just like to be a freelancer, and have the kind of the flexible schedule of being a freelancer. But at the end of the day, I assume that if I was a professional YouTuber, I'd probably be working a hell of a lot more hours than I do now. Traveling a lot more, which in a way traveling is fun, but I wouldn't be seeing my kids that much. But on the other side, the dime, there'd be a lot more dimes I'd be making, a lot more money. But, you know, there you go. But at the end of the day, the main thing is I have by some bigger people I know, their standards, a small following, but I have a loyal following, and I love interacting with all you guys, and that's why I keep coming back. That's why, you know, I get up in the morning, I check my Facebook page and see who's left comments, and I check my mail, and I'm always replying to the comments that you guys leave on my Facebook page and liking them, and on my Twitter and all that stuff, because I love it. It's fun. The community I've built, the Boost on Kevin community, the jlandkev community is awesome, and it makes me really happy. That's why I'm launching my Just Japan podcast, which hopefully will be up in the next couple of days. Got a hosting service now. Yay! Going with jlandkev.com for great things. I've already set up my account. I'm going to upload the first episode tonight to jlandkev.com, and then it's got to get submitted to the iTunes store and approved, which should hopefully be up on the weekend. I hope. I'll let all you guys know. And then you got to go over there and subscribe to my podcast and listen to all the weekly goodness about Japan and stuff. That's in order. All right, guys, take care. Kevin here in Japan. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm running on. My hands are freezing. It's below zero. I got to put the phone away. Okay, bye.